Hello everyone. Thank you for all the wonderful positive comments on my videos. There have been one or two that are addressing the sound issues I've got. Now, what I'm doing to camera now is on this Canon PowerShot, which is quite old, and usually the sound is very good on this, but I think there's probably fluff in the microphone because it's old, it's been knocking around in my handbag. What I've been doing on other videos is I have been using my iPhone 4 to capture the sound and then synchronising that with the video, because the Samsung camera that I've been using for sit-down talkie videos, this one, the sound isn't very good. And on my last video I thought I'd address that because on the previous video where I had used my iPhone 4 there were still comments about the sound, and I thought that's unusual because, you know, it's quite a good sound quality. I've put the volume up. I don't know whether it's the frequency of my voice, I'm not sure. But wait for this noisy lorry to go by. Darcy and I did invest in a really good microphone a while ago when we got the nice camera. Sorry about my messy desk. So I thought, right, okay, I'm going to plug that in, and I didn't record the sound on my iPhone 4. And then when I came to edit it, I realised that although I had it turned on, I think it did give me an option to start with, but because I was filming in a rush, I was doing the shoot in a rush, it gave me the option to turn something off, and I said no, and I think it was the internal camera mic, which then cancels this one out, I think. Anyway, I'm going to try and sort that out now, and I'll do various tests, and then you can tell me which sound is the best. So this is the Canon PowerShot camera. So I've got the camera set up with the settings that I usually have. It's not high enough, is it? I can't find my tripod. But I haven't got my light on. I don't know if it's in focus, it's quite difficult. This camera is really sensitive when it's autofocus, so... Right. And normally I have a light on, so I'll show you the light in a moment. Now the sound thing does look different than it did yesterday. There's a different gauge. Now where's my other camera? And I'll show you. And I'll also tell you about the camera settings I've got, and then I'll switch the light on and you'll be able to see the difference with that as well. Right, okay, so you can see the little viewfinder there, but there's a bit of a reflection in the mirror. But you can see the sound levels as I'm talking. I have got a custom setting that I've saved that is for talkie videos, and this is the Samsung NX30. I've set it to manual focus. I've got the aperture, which is the F setting, what's that for, to the lowest it can go on this particular camera, and that's 4.5, and the lowest you can set it gives you the greater depth of field. So I should be in focus and the things behind me should be a bit blurry, but I think they look a bit crisp and clear. And then I've got the ISO on 400, and the idea is to keep it low to reduce digital noise. And I've got the shutter speed set at 1/30, but I don't think that makes any difference when it's video anyway. So I've got this microphone plugged in now, and hopefully that is working, and then I'll just show you what it's like when I put the light on. So here's where I've got my camera set up. I haven't got my tripod and there's my messy desk, and I've also got like this desk kind of windowsill thing which is pretty messy, and my keyboard, and there's like piles of papers on the floor and things, and there is a tripod but I'm not going to use it. The fire and the light. So let's switch the light on. Don't know if that's much better. I look so orange. I can change that with the filters on the video editing. I did notice that I'd changed one of my settings, so maybe I decided to change it so that I didn't look so orange. I am going to try that now. Hang on a second. But also I'll just show you where I've positioned the light. So I've put the light right here, right behind the camera, so that it is lighting up as much of my face as possible. So you can't see my wrinkly neck and you can't see the shadows cast by the gels that are forming. Right, let's just try changing a setting, and then I'll also do a test without this microphone switched on and you can see what you think. Okay, so I have changed the ISO to 500, which is what I noticed it was on when I switched the camera on. So maybe I decided the other day that I was looking a bit too orange. So I'll have increased digital noise, whatever that is. But it still looks alright to me. But now this is the sound from the internal camera, and it's rubbish, isn't it? It makes this kind of whooshy noise, so it kind of goes silent. And of course I've got the road behind me as well, and it's a bit of a busy time of the day. Hang on a second. Right, yeah, so I can tell by the volume indicator thingy, where it's showing you the sound levels, that's much better. In fact, it's going into the red all the time, so I hope it's not distorting. There's a number of different settings I can put on the microphone to change it. Let me try it on a lower setting. We'll get this right between us, all right? Right, that's doesn't seem to be any different, but there is a, I'll show you on the back of the microphone. So there's two switches on the back of the microphone, and one is off and normal, and at the right with the kind of slopey bit is high pass filter, which filters out low noise, and we've got the low one set to 20 decibels so that the microphone does all the work rather than the camera. So what I was thinking about was two analogies that you could make to do with what we're doing today, and one is about having your voice heard. So I'm so thrilled that people are so positive about things that I say in my videos, and even the people that are struggling with hearing me, whether it's their equipment, because other people seem to be saying it's fine, but I'm aware that the sound hasn't been the best quality, so I'm working at getting it to be the best quality. But even so, people have been saying that what I'm saying is great, and I don't know if I even set out to be heard, as it were, but I do believe that everybody has a voice and that they should be heard, and it all depends on their situation and their position as to how many people hear their voice. But it doesn't matter, you know, how small your audience is, your voice needs to be heard. You've got a story to tell. And another analogy is about letting your light shine. So getting the lighting right kind of correlates with that, and I think that goes back to what I was chatting about the other week about creativity, that we've all got the ability to create all sorts of things, a beautiful table, a nice atmosphere, you know, very simple things, but what we do is letting our light shine. Whatever it is we do is our light, and we need to let it shine, and everybody's got a light that needs to shine and not be put in shadow and put under a bushel, whatever a bushel is. I think it's I don't know, it's some kind of Middle Eastern butchery thing, I think. Anyway, it shouldn't be hidden under a flower pot or whatever. We need to let our light shine. Okay, so let me know below. I will put all the details of what each setting is, and you can tell me what you think is the best sound. Oh, the other thing that I haven't done is the iPhone 4. I will switch my iPhone 4 on now. Right, okay, so I've got my iPhone 4 turned on. I'm going to turn the recorder on, and then for editing purposes, I'm just going to put it picks up the sound from quite far away, but I'm going to put it away from my laptop because my laptop's making a, you know, whirring sound. And for editing purposes, I usually do a clap, so that I can synchronise up the sound from the audio and the camera, as you can see that peaking. So yeah, that's it. So looking at the settings for the sound, I will caption what sound is from what piece of equipment. You can let me know below what works best for you on your iPad and your earphones or whatever it is, and let me know what you think about the lighting and the depth of field and that kind of thing as well. Thank you for listening to my voice. See you next time.